Okay, first we're sitting on the tops of our feet, but let's go ahead and spread our knees wide, toes together in the back, rotate the hips out, and lengthen your arms down for child's pose. Breathe in deep. Again, trying to rotate those hips back so your tailbone reaches to the back wall, crown of the head to the front wall, and just breathe deep. Now let's walk our hands over to the left, getting a nice side arch in the right side of your spine. Keep pressing your right hip down to your heel. Now rotate those ribs down to the ground a little bit. All right, now walk back over to the right. Again, trying to keep that left hip down. Breathe deep. And on the exhale, rotate those left ribs down to the ground for a little stretch in your lats. Good job. All right, come on up to tabletop, and we're going to go through cat and cow. So drop your belly, rotate the hips up for cow. Now reverse it into cat. Want to keep movement in your spine down to cow again, and back to cat. Pull that belly button in, always in cat. Excellent. All right, we're going to go thread the needle. So right hand behind your head, rotate it up to the ceiling. And now bring that arm down, lay it on the ground. See if you can get the back of your head on the mat. And if you can, go ahead, take your left arm up above your head and allow your right arm just to reach out to the side. Again, trying to get the back of your shoulder stretched out there. Pull that belly button in. All right, come on up. Now we're going to switch sides. So left arm up behind your head. Reach that elbow up to the ceiling and drop it under your right arm. Again, trying to get the back of your shoulder and the back of your head on the mat. Walking your right arm up, and if you want, go ahead and extend your left arm out. Again, pull that belly button in. This is a great twist on your spine. Just keep breathing deep, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. All right, come on back up. Now we're going to get our 90-90 twist in. Go ahead, right leg forward, press into the ball of that foot, and reach that right hip back. So you're going to hinge, flat back, hinge forward, keep pressing into the ball of that foot, reaching that right hip back. Place your left hand down on the ground, lengthen your spine, and rotate open, reaching that hand to the ceiling. Excellent. Bring that right hand down on the inside of your foot. Go ahead, lengthen your spine, rotate open the opposite way, reaching that hand to the ceiling. Now, flip that hand to the back, bend at the elbow, drop that arm behind your back, and if you're balanced, pick up your bottom hand, weave it under your leg, and see if you can bring it back to meet your other hand. Keep that top shoulder rotated open to the ceiling. See if you can turn your head and even look up at the ceiling. This is great for your shoulders. This one move here, this one stretch had so many different joints. All right, other side. So left foot up, pressing into the ball of that foot. Keep actively pressing, and then we're going to rotate that left hip back, pulling it back towards the back wall, hinging forward. Right hand down. Here we go. Rotate open, reaching up to the ceiling. Don't allow that left knee to drop out. Almost think of it pressing towards your right shoulder. Just keep reaching that hip back. All right, left hand down on the inside of your foot. Again, lengthen that spine, rotate open, reach that hand up to the ceiling. Now turn that hand to the back wall, bend at the elbow, allow it to drop behind your back. See if you can pick the bottom hand up, weave it under your leg, and see if you can get those hands to meet. Good job, so good for your shoulders. Okay, your hamstrings should be a little bit on fire with that one too. All right, now then press into the big toe joints, right? Sit back on your heels if you can. This is pretty intense, but again, really need to focus on trying to do this 30 seconds a day. If we need to break it up with like down dog and break it up just sitting on a few seconds at a time, that's totally fine. So lengthen out now, chest down on your thighs. And now then we'll press forward to an up dog. Again, try to think of lengthening the spine through the crown of the head, having your weight on the tops of your feet. Again, this is great for the hip flexor. Now flip those toes and back to down dog. Let's walk it out. Reach the opposite heel down, and again, when you bend that knee, press into that big toe joint. Good job. Bring your knees down. Okay, yeah, this we're going to keep our hips over our knees here. This is puppy, and lower down. This is great to open up your shoulders, okay? Again, it's a deep spine stretch, but also really good for opening up your shoulders. All right, come on back up. Sit back on your feet again. Again, pressing into the big toe joint. Breathe deep here. This is great for your back extensors. And now then flow forward into an up dog again. Keep pressing those hips forward, stretching that hip flexor. Flip the toes back for down dog. Again, rotate those hips up to the ceiling, belly button in, really lengthen the spine long. All right, right knee into your chest, and 3-point, reach that leg up to the ceiling, release the left heel down, getting into the Achilles, bring that foot up in between your hands. Let's drop that back knee, flip that foot, keep pressing that left hip forward, getting into that hip flexor. We always need to be stretching this hip flexor. So keep pressing that hip forward. Now we're going to put right hand down, left hand up and over, so the arm should be right by your ear. And then after a second, you take your elbow another inch or two towards the back wall. Definitely keep pressing that hip forward. All right, good job. Now we're going to drop back. So we're going to square the hips up, keep the heel on the ground, bend the knee, and hinge forward as we're pulling that hip to the back wall, trying to get into that hamstring. Again, you just go until you find your 6 or 7 strain and stay on it. Stay breathing deep. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. So breathing deep too. Go ahead, place your foot down now. Now I want you to straighten your leg, but straighten your leg by pulling that right hip back and keep pressing into the ball of your foot. This just gets it into the hamstring at a little bit different angle. When we do these full deep breaths, we are not only filling up our lungs, we are getting rid of the stale oxygen that's in our lungs, okay? All right, come on back up. Now take that right foot out. We're gonna get into a groin stretch. So bend down, keep that right knee pressing towards the back wall. Think of that right hip kind of rotating back also like a cow butt. Again, you just wanna make sure to find that strain in your groin and hold it. That's getting all that blood rushing to the site, which is putting the oxygen and nutrients into the muscle. All right, here we go. So flip those toes, back to down dog. Gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So lengthen the spine here. Here we go, left knee in. 3-point, reach that foot up to the ceiling, release that right heel down. Now bring that left foot up in between your hands. Drop that back knee, flip that foot, and we're gonna press forward here for that hip flexor. So the hip flexor muscle connects the lower body to the upper body. We use that hip flexor whenever we walk, we run, we jump, we sit, it shortens up and tightens up. So this is reversing and stretching out all of that. So we all have a tight hip flexor. That's why this move is so important. Excellent. All right, we're going to float back now, getting into that hamstring stretch. So square the hips up, bend the knee, heel on the ground, flat back, rotate that hip, pulling that hip towards the back wall. Again, just breathing deep. Just maintaining the strain of 6 or 7. Again, it's just rushing the blood to that site, delivering the oxygen. So it's going to create the extra length, so your stride's going to be longer. It's also going to refuel that muscle. Okay, point that toe down now and reach that hip back. Hopefully you're able to get a straight leg here. Keep pressing into the ball of that foot, reaching that hip back, and see if you can walk your hands out a little bit more, leaning deeper into that hamstring. Excellent. All right, this is a new one. Here we go. Flip the toes up. Just works a little bit of a back bend. Flip the toes up, ground yourself, push your hips forward. We're going to take our left hand back on the left heel, reach up with our right hand, reaching for the back wall, and then kind of bend it out to the side, just opening up that chest to get a little extra stretch. Now flip sides, your right hand on your right heel, reach that left arm up, stretching back. Go ahead, bend at the elbow as you bring it down. Great job. Great job. So proud of you.